Danny offered. Sin shook her head. She desperately wanted a few minutes away from the crowd. No, it's fine. She put the casserole in the kitchen with all the others and headed upstairs. She'd seen Valerie and Aunt Dee Dee slip away together earlier. The upstairs was dark except for a sliver of light that was visible under the door of the master bedroom. Maybe she could give them the news and go hide in her room with the pets for a bit. Sin raised her hand to knock on the door of the room that her father and stepmother shared, but stopped when she heard voices. Valerie was talking to Aunt Dee Dee. Don't know what to do, Dee. He's gone. Her voice cracked, and she sucked in a harsh breath. I only had him for 2 years, and now he's gone. How am I meant to go on without him? Sin's heart broke. Jagged shards seemed to stick in her lungs and made it painful to breathe. She wanted to reach out and wrap her arms around Valerie and tell her, yes, I feel like that too. Like Dad can't be dead. The world can't really be cruel enough to expect us to go on without him. Through the half-closed door, she heard Valerie crying. Messy sobs that Sin hadn't thought her tightly controlled stepmother was capable of making. Aunt Dee Dee murmured soothing noises. Sin hovered at the door. It felt wrong to eavesdrop on her stepmother like this, but it felt worse to interrupt. I'm going to have to sell the house, and the girls are going to have to change schools. I can't afford private school fees for the two of them on my own. Maybe if it was just Daniela, but I've got Cynthia to think about too. Not to mention all the pets she has. 1 dog, 2 cats, 5 rabbits, 3 guinea pigs, a colony of mice, and that damn parrot. Valerie laughed, but it wasn't a happy sound. It's a zoo around here. She just finds them and brings them home. Sam laughed about it and said we'd manage, but do you know what the pet food costs? The vet bills? Sin froze. She knew she needed to leave now, but she couldn't make her feet move. It's not her fault, Aunt Dee Dee said. She's a kind kid, and you and Sam let her keep them. Kindness won't pay the bills. We're going to have to rehome most of them. I'm a single mom again, Dee, Valerie said. It was hard enough before, and now there's 2 of them. 2 mouths to feed and clothe, and one of them's not even mine. It's like a cosmic joke. Here, have a taste of being happy. Now here's another burden to carry for the rest of your life. Sin flinched back from the door like it was molten hot. Tears blurred the house around her, and she stumbled. Rehome? Not even mine? Burden? Carry? The words cartwheeled around inside her head. Her shoulder bumped the wall, and a framed photo clattered to the ground with a tinkle of breaking glass. What was that? Valerie asked. Sin stared numbly at the photo lying in a pool of shattered glass. It was the family portrait they'd had taken at the professional studio 3 months ago. The one of her, Dad, Valerie, and Danny all smiling at the camera in matching Christmas sweaters. One big, loving family. It was a lie, Sin whispered, and wrapped her arms tight around herself. But it didn't help. Didn't stop the unbearable tearing in her chest. Didn't stop the world from shifting and reforming around her into a lonelier and scarier place. The door opened and Valerie saw her. Her tear-streaked face went paler and she gasped out, Cynthia, wait! Sin turned on her heel and ran. It had been a lie. Danny and Valerie had each other. But now that her father was dead, Sin had no one. Chapter 1. 13 years later. The muggy evening air clung to Sin's bare legs and sweat slid down her back. It was 10:23 p.m. The sun was long down, but the temperature was still in the high 80s, unusually hot for Manhattan in late September. After a long summer, Sin was more than ready for fall to set in, but the weather hadn't gotten the memo yet. A loud whistle pierced the air, and a yellow cab cruised past her with its window down. The passenger inside, a guy in a suit, called out, "Looking hot, baby!" Sin pretended not to hear him. No reaction was the best reaction in her experience. The last time she'd smiled at a drive-by flirt, the guy had stopped the cab and followed her for 2 blocks while pestering her for a date. She didn't want to deal with that tonight. Tonight, all Sin was interested in was getting her shoes off. Her feet ached from 4 hours of carrying trays.
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.